what I would say is that this is so much more than a clothing course. And I now understand why cleaning out my closet in the past has never actually brought me any healing, because it needed to be in the context of learning what the message, learning and becoming aware of what the messages were in the world that I was unconsciously taking in. It was about learning how to identify my own style in the context of a group of loving women who were also supporting each other. And it was about coming to grips, as Danielle said, with the actual emotions that are in those clothes that I had to wrestle with. And I couldn't have done it just reading a book. I couldn't have done it all by myself. I needed the support of this group and the guidance of what you gave us, Stacy, because the curriculum was critical, but it still wouldn't have worked without the community that you built.
Mm-hmm. I just think you've, like, in general, I think this was just such like a beautiful space that we were able to create as a group that, like, I didn't anticipate. And I just really, really valued that part a lot. I thought in general, like, you created such like a safe, comfortable space. I thought that from like the first night, and I just like was just blown away by that. From the course content, I just feel like I walked away with so many like aha moments about myself. And yeah, I love that I don't feel guilty going into my closet anymore.
I think that when I came to this course, I was ready to get rid of things and lighten the load. I just didn't realize, how much lighter the load would be after this. And how, like, just discussing these things week in, week out also really helped with that. Being able to come to this space, like Emily was saying, and being able to have these discussions to like actually really do the work that needs to be done to get to the end goal that we're all looking for.
That's awesome. Thanks, Danielle. Sarah Jones, how about you?
I think the course really provides a great framework to helped me organize my thoughts more and recognize my thoughts more about clothes and the emotions that are tied to them. And then, adding this discussion with this great group of ladies every week, it really helped to crystallize some of those thoughts because we shared so many of them. So to hear other people say out loud the things that you'd been thinking really was important, and it helped you kind of bring it to the surface and then do something and act on it. So I'm leaving the course I feel like a much better recognition of, what my style is, how I want to move forward with my clothes and my wardrobe. But as other people have alluded, it's really about much more than that. It's more than your clothes, and it's more than what's your wardrobe going to look like. It's being confident and knowing your own choice and your own mind. And I think that's very valuable.
I feel like clothing moved from obligation to joy for me. Instead of a job I had to get right and do the right thing, it turned into something that was happy and fun. And after a sad kind of year, that was so big. And it started with clothes, and then it moved to my body. And then it kind of got bigger in myself. And what happened that sort of encapsulated it for me was my husband said, what are you doing on Tuesday nights? Because we Zoom all day long, all the time. And it's like, oh, I'm doing this course. And he said, what is it? Is it blah, blah, blah. And I said, actually, it's about wardrobing. And his eyes got really big. And the first thing I thought is, oh, he's going to say, don't shop anymore, But it wasn't that. He looked at me and he got kind of goofy smile. And he said, that's so beautiful. And he said, you're so beautiful. And, I think I think it just brought a lot of value and love, back to us, to me especially. So, I mean, he's always been very loving, but I think it reminded me that we're all worthy of that love and that value. And this is one gateway to it.
Back to
So.
about 8 weeks, because to me, it wasn't the do a Pinterest board, read this thing, clean your closet. It was the amount of emotional labor that I did in these 8 weeks.
Right.
This is why it was such a profound thing for me. Oh, Emily, gotta love your cat.
Cat butt.
But then, I don't know. I think I'm afraid that if I did something like this in 4 weeks, I would only do the surface things. And then, what would happen in 3 years? My closet would look the same as it did before this. And I feel so changed by this that I'm not going to say I'm never going to have, questions or comments, because I'm going to always change, but I don't feel like I'm ever going to go back to what I was at the beginning of this class, because there was enough time to really evolve.
I think we've all kind of said it, but I don't think that I was prepared for the realization of how all of this clothes was so it was just such an emotional and burden, I guess. Is that what I'm looking for? It just, I didn't realize it until I got rid of all that stuff. And then, it just feels like so much lighter and so much freer. And I feel like if I was to say this to I don't know, anybody outside of this group, they don't, nobody would understand, right? They're like, oh, it's just stuff. But it's more than that. It's just every day it weighs you down. Like Sarah was saying, it's you go through your closet and it's just ugh, no. Or maybe it was Emily, the guilt of not wearing this and and just not having that. I don't know why it's surprising, but it is. It's shocking how much better it feels.
I'm not searching for that thing anymore. As Sarah Jones said, I got great stuff in my closet. And now that I've gotten rid of all the stuff that was not part of my Pinterest board, I can see it, I can enjoy it, I feel good about it. And it's way less stressful to get dressed in the morning. And I know I carry myself at work with more confidence because I don't feel as uncertain about everything as I did coming in. So I'm really grateful for the class, and I'm really grateful for the group. It's been a fabulous group.
Well, I just want to say, and I think everybody agrees with me, that we all think you are super cool, and you are for sure one of the cool kids, and we all love your style. And and it's been really cool to see you just open up to that. So
it's just been really fun. A couple of you guys already said this, is to realize that, and I've done this in other parts of my life, but it just didn't occur to me, I guess, to take it out and look at it, but to be able to say, that is so cool on Sarah Flick, and it's not me, or that's perfect for Lori, but that's not me. And, Sarah Jones just said that too. And just to be able to have the confidence to say that is huge. And I'm forever, when I look at multiples in my closet, going to think of Lori and her blue shirts. And that just feels really good, because it just feels really good. And it feels, like I belong. And I like that feeling.